a quick rundown on the proof of funds that is required for a study permit in 2025. I'm going to go through some of the information on the IRCC portal. So first, it says that students that are applying are required to demonstrate financial sufficiency for only the first year of studies, regardless of the duration of the course or program of studies in which they are enrolled. So for instance, a single student that is entering for a 4-year degree program that has an annual tuition fee of 15,000 Canadian dollars must demonstrate funds of 15,000 Canadian dollars to satisfy the requirement, but not the full sum of $60,000 for 4 years of tuition. I'll take that again. So for instance, a single student entering a 4-year degree program that has an annual tuition fee of 15,000 Canadian dollars must demonstrate funds of $15,000 to satisfy the requirements instead of the full $60,000 for the 4 years of tuition. In situations where the students pose a very low risk regarding funds, the officers may choose to limit or waive the routine requirements for documentary evidence. Now, the officers should be satisfied, however, that the probability of funding for the future years does exist. So, for instance, the student's parents are employed or there is a scholarship for more than 1 year. While assessing the adequacy of the student's financial resources, the officers checking this, they might exercise discretion in the documentation they request from the applicants. Now, like I mentioned before, low-risk applicants are more likely to be exempted from the requirement to obtain a temporary resident visa. In some very high-risk environments, reviewing and verifying the history of funds and supplementary individual or family financial and employment documentation may be necessary to ensure that only genuine students capable of supporting their program of studies are granted study permits. There has been various cases of fake visas and fake study permits. So for instance, a student might fake an admission letter from a school and even fake their proof of funds documents. When they eventually come into Canada, of course, they are not answerable to any school, and they just go into the system, start working, and at the end of the day, they don't really contribute much to the economy of Canada. This is where it says that in this high-risk environment, reviewing and verifying the history of funds and supplementary individual or family financial and employment documentation may be necessary to ensure that only genuine students that are capable of supporting their program of studies are granted study permits. Officers may take into consideration sources of funds derived through scholarships, fellowships, assistantships, and the like, as well as financial supports or support in kind that may be available for relatives in Canada. From experience, it is advisable to show funds that will cover the entire duration of your studies, and this applies to international students from certain high-risk countries like India and Ghana. These are just some examples that are being cited. So while the IRCC portal says a student entering a 4-year degree program that has an annual tuition of $15,000 must demonstrate at least $15,000 to satisfy the requirement instead of $60,000, it is advisable that if you're coming for this kind of 4-year program, it is advisable that you show the funds that will cover the entire duration of your studies. Attempts to apply from a high-risk country without showing the proof of funds for the entire duration might lead to a refusal. So this is just an advice. If you want to apply successfully for a study permit and receive it, you have to show proof of funds for the entire duration of your studies, or else it might lead to a refusal. International students in Canada are not eligible for benefits under the Canada Student Loan Program. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and also hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified when our next informative video on permits in Canada will be dropped. Thank you.